Yeah.
Let us begin when the green light comes on.
All right.
All right, good morning. This is the Marshall County Board of Supervisors regular session on August 14th, 2024. Notice to the public, the Board of Supervisors welcomes comments from the public during the time allowed for discussion. You're requested to approach the podium, use the microphone for recording, state your name and address and for the record, and limit the time used to present your remarks in order that others may begin an opportunity to speak. Normal process, any agenda item is for the chair to read the item from the agenda. The board's given an opportunity to comment on the issue and or place a motion on the floor. An opportunity for discussion may be presented, at which time the public may participate and a roll call vote will follow. We'll start with the roll call, please.
Heil,
Here.
Solosic,
Yes?
Hibbs,
Here.
All right, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have a motion to approve today's agenda?
I would make a motion to approve today's agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Hibbs,
Yes.
Heil,
Yes.
Solosic,
Yes.
To our consent agenda, approve claims as audited and authorize the auditor and recorder to issue the payment of the same. The listing of the claims paid at this meeting and all claims paid in the current month will be published as part of the first meeting of the following month. Personnel changes, approve new hire sheriff's office, Emma Lazard, full-time jailer, $23.42 per hour to start on or after August 19th, 2024. File manure management plans, AB Facilities number 71745 at 2518 Binford Avenue, State Center, signed with changes. And that is the end of today's consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion, we approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
All right, the motion is second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Hibbs,
Yes.
Heil,
Yes.
Solosic,
Yes.
Number 7, approve State of Iowa Alcohol Beverage Division License, GLOKO LLC, doing business as Lucky Wife Wine Slushies. Do we have a motion to approve?
I would make a motion to approve State of Iowa Alcohol Beverage Division License GLOKO LLC, DBA Lucky Wife Wine Slushies. I can't believe I even said that. Effective date September 10th, 2024.
I'll second that.
All right, we have the motion, the second. Any further discussion on Lucky Wife Wine Slushies?
I don't know that Emily's on. These were done at Rose Festival as well.
Household days.
And at Mousehole Days.
I think Rose Pride days too.
Okay, yeah, they were, so they've been around. But it's going to be done at Conservation out at Grimes Farm.
That's right.
The truck.
It's a truck with wine slushies.
Sounds like they bring a lot of fun to a entertaining situation, so. Any further discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Hibbs,
Yes.
Heil,
Yes.
Solosic,
Yes.
All right, on to number 8, approve change order request 12 in the amount of $3,227.09 for attic fan circulation changes and the assessor office door. Lucas.
Good morning. Lucas Badke, Buildings and Grounds. This is a final wrap-up for all of the change order requests that we have for Bryholtz. This is just buttoning up the last of it. I had a question on it, not at our last meeting, but the meeting before that I had to get some clarification, but everything's good to go there. So it's everything that's already approved. It's just updating the contract.
Perfect. Thank you very much. We have motions to approve the change order.
I'll make a motion that we approve change order request 12 in the amount of $3,227.09 for attic fan circulation changes in the assessor's office door.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Hibbs,
Yes.
Heil,
Yes.
Solosic,
Yes.
Number 9, discussion and possible action on the application for county property usage for Oktoberfest. All right. Is there any updates to this from our last meeting?
So the request came in from the committee. I've been to 3 meetings, and they're asking for use of our front grounds, our east parking lot. The parade will go down Main Street, so they're back to utilizing Main Street, so that will keep this open, access to the Circle Drive, which makes things much easier for the week, for courts, for our customers that week. They are planning to put the barricades up Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. here on First Avenue. So we will lose our First Avenue parking and our east parking lot, which we had talked about previously, and that's
Yep.
what's on the agreement. And which I know our employees don't like, but, these are volunteers that are trying to, get a festival here. They're trying to start the amusement rides Thursday at 4 p.m. So it's 2 days for them to get everything up, but they bring, it gives them 2 days, but they bring everything in and try to get everything set up. And, everything isn't perfect, I don't think, when you try to do that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
I get it. I see why they want to probably do that. And so you have a little bit of contingency to get everything up and going. So we've got a little bit of question, I think, on electricity that I've emailed Lucas about, and we're going to kind of work through that one as well. So the picture is different because there was a changeover over there. So we're going to work through that one a little bit, but we'll follow up with Dwayne on that one. And so that's probably the really only update. I was very pleased when we were able to get the parade to Main Street because that was really hard when it was down here, and that was a problem for the courts and for our customers. So we'll just be a little inconvenienced we'll have to walk a block. We'll all think of it as a wellness thing. And
Nan, do you know, is there anything scheduled in the courts? Is there hearings or a trial scheduled?
I believe there is right now, but, we just never know how that's going to be. It's so far out right now. When I asked Carol a month ago, there were things scheduled, but, that just changes so much as things approach. They just really have a busy docket here this fall.
So then on Thursday and Friday, what streets are closed off? Just thinking if there is court, does it get closed directly west of the
But it's
of the courthouse?
It is. This street is completely open. It's north. So
I'm just thinking of even the street parking west of the courthouse. Is that closed beginning Thursday?
Yeah, typically.
Okay.
typically, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at the maps again and the time. They got times on all the different stuff, and
I have a map, but it doesn't tell me the time on it.
yeah, everything was a little bit different. This happened at this time, and this. I know that this is Tuesday night. I think this is open until. I believe this is open Wednesday and Thursday. The vendors come in. I think the vendors, they'll come in on Wednesday evening to begin getting set up. So I think Wednesday, this side is open on Wednesday. And then Wednesday evening, they come in to get set up.
Yeah, I think it'll probably work out. I think last year, because of it being, is church?
Yeah, I know.
Church being closed last year really messed up any flow of any court activity. So
It was-
with that being open, even though we got other stuff closed, I think it'll work out all right.
The early meeting, they were still going to do the parade on Church, and I pushed hard to move it. And I said that it just does not work well for the courts. I said, we've been so busy, and that is just really difficult. And then they really started discussing moving it back, and they said the Main Street businesses really like it on Main Street because it really brings a lot more people to Main Street.
Yeah. Do we need to do an official approval of the application, or was that?
We do, because that'll then you can
Okay.
sign off on it. And I think we'll need to have the chair sign the application as
Okay.
well. I think there's a place to sign it.
I have one more thing, that looking through the docs, I've found that Scott Amusement's certificate of liability has medical expenses excluded. Is that something we're concerned about?
I believe when I asked Bobby about that, he was not concerned.
Okay.
But prior to Jarrett signing, I will check with him again. It's been so long since I've had this, I'll look back and
Yeah.
we'll double check with Bobby before we officially sign.
Just saw that and thought it was maybe weird.
So maybe on the motion day, authorize the chair to sign contingent upon verification with insurance.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I would make a motion to approve the application for the county property usage for Oktoberfest with the condition that,
With Bobby's approval
with
as well.
Bobby's approval. Okay, Bobby
And
Show.
yes, Bobby Shomo with and allow chair to sign.
Okay, and allow the chair to sign.
I'll second that.
All right, we have that motion in a second. Do we have any further discussion on application for Oktoberfest? Roll call, please.
Hibbs,
Yes?
Heil,
Yes.
Solosik.
Yes.
Number 10, secondary roads, setting the date and time for Wolf Lake 7364 letting. Discussion and possible action today.
Good morning, Paul Geilenfeld, County Engineer. This is just our board approval of the notice of bidders and the bidding proposal that we're going to use. And we're going to also set the letting date to be 2 weeks from today at this time to proceed with the resurfacing and, basically attach all the driveway improvements to try to get Wolf Lake back up to snuff there.
Excellent. Good deal. Long time coming.
Yes, it is overdue, but we're gonna get there.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Any other questions for Paul?
Good
So,
call.
it still is, with this proposal, we are still planning on getting it done this construction season.
Very good.
All right. Do we have a motion to set the date of August 28th for the letting?
I'll make the motion to set August 28, 2024 at 9 a.m. for the letting of L-Wolf Lake 7364 for HMA resurfacing of Jefferson Drive, Pickering Drive, and Rockton Drive in the Wolf Lake subdivision,
All right, we have-
including notice to bidders and bidding proposal to be distributed to potential bidders.
And I'll second.
We have the motion and the second. Do we have any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Hibbs,
Yes?
Heil,
Yes.
Solosik.
Yes.
All right, on to number 11, public forum. Time set aside for the public to make comments on topics of county business other than those listed on this agenda. No action will be taken on any of these topics brought up in public forum today.
Good morning, Kim Elder, Marshall County Emergency Management Coordinator.
Sorry about that. I didn't see you walking through till just now.
You're good.
You can stand up there and pretend mouth out if I can turn on video. So sorry about that.
That's all right.
Anyway, just quick update on Siren Project. I know it's been going on forever. I just turned in the last of the paid receipts to the grant. We're just waiting on one more proof of purchase, basically the proof of payment, so that we can send that into the grant. So that should wrap up our end. The state then will work with FEMA to review everything and review the actual project. So I expect them to come and review at least some of the locations. So we'll wait on that, hear on that, and we've received some of the funding back that I've turned in for reimbursement. We'll just wait for the rest as they approve that, but it has all been turned in. Seems to be everything working. We've had some, little things that we've had to work out as we go. The only problem we've seen is a little bit of radio skip that comes from Minnesota that has interrupted our signal, but so far it has not affected any of our sirens going off. So we'll be watching that. It's good to know when we, may have a problem, but so far so good. I've had some of the cities, call in and report when theirs are going off. And working with Grimes Farm on a schedule for theirs. The agreement with them was that we would not set it off every Tuesday for the testing as per the recommendations of the manufacturer, which we do for all the other sirens in the county, simply because they have a nature preserve there, obviously. They're trying to keep it a little more quiet, so we're working on a different schedule for them so that we can test it, but not every week. So otherwise, I think we're closer to the end. Our final date is October 1 for the grant, and I think we'll meet that at this point unless we run into any problems with inspection. Any questions?
No.
Kim, I've got a comment. The Ferguson siren went off yesterday at the correct time, and we're 2 miles away from that siren, and we could hear it inside. So very pleased to see that it's carrying that far.
Good. Yeah, that, like you said, depending on the weather, the wind, the, cloud cover helps it carry a little farther too sometimes, but yeah, it's nice that we have a nice loud siren. We picked a really nice high spot out there that you should carry for quite a ways. There's not a lot of vegetation as far as pine trees tend to be a problem, or evergreen trees tend to be a problem because they block it. But yeah, and I've had good reports. It's good to hear about that on Ferguson too, so. I'm anxious to start the next part of the project when we get any more funding. I just can't wait to add more sirens to it.
Yeah, I'll add to that, Kim. I know we're about 2 3/4 miles south of the Haverhill one, and we can hear it inside at our house too. So
Great,
So,
great.
pretty
That's
impressive.
good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as a reminder for those that are listening, they're not intended for indoor warning, so make sure that you use your other, your sources, your weather radio, your Alert Iowa app. But it is nice to have those new sirens going for the outdoor warning, and it's nice to hear that you guys are hearing them. Especially, you're talking about that Ferguson area, and as we build up that campground too. So yeah, it's really good to have these, and again, I look forward to working with other jurisdictions as we want to add some more to that. So yeah, that'll be my next project when we get this wrapped up, is look for funding, grants, and otherwise to start adding more sirens, since we did the study for the whole county and we've got some locations that we could fill.
Great. Thank you, Kim.
Blaze, we're Marshall County Assessor. I just wanted to come in today and reiterate, there's been a lot of talk about the income letters I sent out. If you are an owner-occupied business, you just need to write owner-occupied on the paperwork and send that back to me, and you'll never get a letter again. It's not required. If you want to ignore it, you're more than welcome to ignore it. It's just another approach that I'm trying to do. We typically only do it in court when these properties take us to court. But it's just something I'm trying to verify on values, and it could possibly help them if there are no sales, since Iowa's a sales state. We either then have to go to cost or income. But just to reiterate, it's not a required thing, and you can ignore it if you'd like.
All right.
Bill, would you like to ask any questions here while you're here this morning?
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Bill Hobson, hi.
Nice to meet you, Bill.
How many other counties are doing this?
There are a few other counties. Lynn County, I know, does it. Iowa City Assessor does it. Johnson County does it. I believe Polk County has done it. I don't think they've updated their project in a while, from what I've heard. And I think there are some counties that send out information, but there's just not enough data collected to be able to use it.
So will this require a change in law?
Change in law for,
Thank you. Will it require a change in law to change from the market value assessment that you use today?
no, it's just that it's, in our in our manual by the state and in our code, we have the three approaches: the sales approach, the cost approach, and the income approach. So when a property is brand new, we usually build up with the cost approach. And then as sales happen, we use that to adjust our prices. But if there are no sales for a particular type of property or anything like that, income could be another one to build up and could typically benefit the taxpayer when there's no sales coming through as the other approach to be able to use. It is used in our international association in other states, and both sides typically do it when we go to court with a income producing.
So where do you see this going as far as other businesses are concerned?
As of right now, we haven't gotten a lot of response, so I probably won't even be able to collect enough information to even be able to implement it.
No, but I meant, will you go to gas stations?
I sent it out to golf courses, gas stations, hotel, motel, RV parks, retail stores. I even sent it to apartments. I went all the way down to condos, two-family duplexes, because those are typically rented out. But as of right now, I haven't got a lot of response, so most likely I won't be able to use any of the data I've received.
So are you saying that don't do it?
If you want to, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Okay, you cited a code in there that apparently has some teeth in it.
We only cited the code for the part to help assist in valuing. As a assessor, I will not be doing the other half of the code.
Okay. If I have two buildings that are sitting there side by side,
Yes.
identical buildings, and I have a business in one, and I rent the other one, how would you value those?
So if there is enough data, I could create,
What's that?
create market rents and cap rates, and I can do everything as a whole if I have enough data to create that. But if there are sales, again, Iowa's a sales state, and I would have to use sales to be able to do it for market.
Okay. Do you understand how much work this would be for some people to fill out those forms?
I do. That's why it's not anything required, and if you would like to ignore it, you can.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You guys have any other questions?
No, I think that's probably the clarification. We had several people reach out to us too,
Yeah.
questions on it, and I think this kind of almost looks like it's a win-win in the sense that it's not a requirement, and you can have owners of these properties determine if this actually might be advantageous to them in their valuation.
Mm-hmm.
Those would probably be the reasons why people would fill it out. If those that don't want to take the time or don't think it would be something advantageous, it's great that they don't have to.
Yep.
And I think that'll be sufficient to a lot of people that have reached out to us to know this. So
Yeah, a lot of people have reached out to me too, and I'm just reiterating, if it is owner occupied, just write owner occupied on the paperwork so I can put something in my system so we don't send another letter out if we continue doing this. And then if you don't want to, you don't have to. There are a lot of the codes that do have some backbone to them, but a lot of assessors don't do that backbone anymore.
yeah.
A lot of folks too also just don't have a Schedule E type of thing, and they
Yep.
could just write that on the form too and return it, and then you'd know for future as well.
Yep, but as of right now, it doesn't look like I'm getting a good enough response to even be able to work anything up to be able to use it, so.
Okay.
If it was by an individual did it, are you able to use that data for an individual property, or is this only used for a wide scale?
In court, probably could be used for that if it goes that far, but if I don't collect enough information, I'll just be entering it just to have it,
Got it.
but I won't be using it for any valuation purposes. It is just one of those approaches that at a time there is no sales, it could be beneficial to those taxpayers to use that instead of the cost approach. And it is one of the three approaches that are typically used on the appraisals when we go to court with income producing property.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks for being here today for that clarification.
No problem.
Thank you, Bill, for your questions.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yep. Any other public forum today? All right. Hearing none, on to adjournment. The next regular session is Wednesday, August 28th at 9 a.m. here at the courthouse first floor meeting room, 1 East Main Street. All business to be acted upon at that session should be submitted to the County Auditor Recorder's Office or the Board of Supervisors Office by Wednesday, August 21st at noon. There being no further business to come before the board, the meeting is adjourned at 9:27 a.m.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks, Carol.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.